Okay, welcome to Us Book, the wrestling podcast. And
This has been on the entire time.
Yeah, of course it's been on. I've been testing the levels.
It's been a while since I've done this.
Like, I gotta test the levels and make sure it's all good, and then like
make sure the line goes up and goes down like this,
or like it doesn't spike to red.
All right, well,
so I'm just going like
shut then.
So like I'm just it's been on, so I'm just like been testing it and all that. But okay, welcome to Us Book, the wrestling podcast in which you go mano a mano with the wrestling industry. My name is John, and it's
Chris. We are back.
I actually went back and tried to find out what was the last episode you were on. It was 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Exactly 2 years ago almost.
Yeah,
I think
before we did Dominion we didn't do Dominion 2 years ago.
We just I forget what it was. It was in May.
Okay.
It might have been Money in the Bank.
Oh God.
Which is funny because we're covering Money in the
I'm
Bank.
done school, graduated, and
Educated man, right?
I'm
here.
an educated man, so now you all definitely know what I'm talking about. This is like when we've been away for a while, and then the music hits, and you're like, what the hell? Wait, what? We're back. We're back, and we're hitting the ground running, man.
So, topics for today. Top 5 matches of the year so far, which was really hard.
It was.
Preview for NXT TakeOver Chicago, and Money in the Bank. And we might talk about the CM Punk trial.
Okay.
It's a really big thing, man.
Yeah.
And have you
I've
caught
heard
up
it's still
on that?
going on.
Have you actually read about it?
Yeah. I read it. I saw it the other day and I read about it. I forgot it was still going on.
I read about it and I listened to like 2 different podcasts covering it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, wow, that was a lot of shit going on in that trial.
There was a lot of crap to sift through. And then of course after this we're watching.
Oh yeah, after this, we're recording this before Dominion, so if Dominion has a bunch of great matches and it didn't make our top 5,
we're sorry.
It's probably because we still haven't seen it.
Well, at the end of the year when we do our top matches of 2018, I'm sure.
Oh man, and then there's the G1.
My plan this year is, I'm gonna dedicate myself to all 28 days.
I think it's 19 days.
19?
19 days.
All right.
It's gonna feel like 28, bro.
It's gonna feel like 28.
It's gonna feel like
28.
28.
I put that. That's like.
Well, it's gonna feel like 28 because there's breaks in between there. So like it's 28 days.
I know it's like what, July 14th to August 12th or something.
Yeah.
All right, so I just looked at that. I'm like, all right, yeah, 28 days wrestling.
It's 28 days,
then,
like it's 19. Yeah, still.
I'm doing it. Like, I mean, I understand by the time we come around, we do like a SummerSlam podcast, we're gonna be absolutely like drained. But
dude, man,
I'm doing it this year.
That's how it's been feeling lately. I've been getting drained watching wrestling.
I have.
It's been a lot. Like we didn't do anything for Mania weekend, but like Mania weekend, I counted up. I'm like, I watched TakeOver. You and me watched TakeOver. We saw like the 9 hours of Mania. I don't know how many hours it was, but I think
it was 7, but it felt like 9.
What's it called? So we saw Mania. I saw Raw the night after. I saw SmackDown the night after that, and then I saw NXT the night after that. And then I started catching up on like Matt Riddle's Bloodsport, which had Matt Riddle versus Suzuki, which almost made him honorable.
Almost made your top 5.
Almost made it because it was really unique. It was like you ever see Bloodsport?
Yeah.
It's the same kind of ring. Like there's no ropes, no anything.
Good.
So
it should be.
So it was like Suzuki versus Riddle, and I was like, yo, this is actually pretty cool. But no, like it just feels like there's always wrestling. Like there's the Best of Super Juniors,
which I just watched all. I watched all of that.
I think
that was draining.
That was draining, and
but it was fantastic. This is that weird time of year. There's always to me, there's always 2 like kind of quiet times of the year for wrestling, and this is one of them. It's usually in between like WrestleMania and SummerSlam. And then it's like they don't really start the build and stuff for some, like you're drained from Mania, and then they don't really start the builds and stuff for SummerSlam until like the end of June, early July. Mm-hmm. So the whole like rest of April, May, and June are kind of just like eh. So I'm glad that we actually have something to
watch
to watch before, because once SummerSlam comes around, I mean you're talking G1, SummerSlam, everything that happens after that, like then it starts to ramp up again. So. It's good to talk about some stuff in this dead time of year, and it has not been dead though.
No, this year has actually been really great. There's a lot of great matches. Like you're seeing my note, and I'm just like, there's a lot of matches. There's actually a lot of matches from the WWE, not the main roster. Like
of course not, but
I think it's 1, 2, 3, 4 matches from the main roster. I don't know. Do you count
also the time of year when Money Bank comes around where I traditionally. And annually, I go back and I watch CM Punk and John Cena from 2011.
You count 205 Live as the main roster?
No.
Okay, so it's still 4.
Okay.
I'm going like, do you count 205 as the main roster? No? Okay, it's still 4 matches. They're actually, 205 match actually did
It's the best. What did it say? It's the best hour of television or something. It's like it is not the best, nor is it on television.
So okay, top 5 matches. You want to go first, or do I go first?
Yeah. I don't know. Should we flip a coin? I have a coin.
You want to flip a coin?
All right. Yeah, I have a coin. Here we go. What do you want? Heads or tails? You want heads? Okay. Heads.
Cool.
All right.
My number 5, Adam Cole versus Aleister Black. Takeover Philadelphia.
Bias.
It is like people probably don't put that on top, but I was actually there, so it just felt amazing.
And that chair spot.
Like that chair spot. I was one of the people who chanted, "You deserve it." Next day, I
felt bad.
Next day, I watched the takeover and I see the pain on Adam Cole's face. I'm like, oh, I feel bad now chanting that. To be fair, he kind of did deserve it, though.
I mean,
like,
a little bit, yeah.
Put the chairs like that. Like,
I mean, he is. Yeah, he did put him that way. So yeah,
man,
he deserved it.
You set it up, man. You threw it.
The heel.
Yeah, he was heel. But I was watching it with a friend, and when I was chanting that, she goes like, "You kind of evil for chanting that." I'm like, "Yeah, you kind of deserved it." Until the next day, I'm like, maybe I shouldn't have chanted.
There's nothing. I mean, unless you really push that boundary, you're not evil as a wrestling fan.
But no, I really enjoyed that match a lot. It was amazing. There's not that many real hardcore matches in WWE nowadays.
Yeah,
it's very rare.
I feel like they're always afraid to push that envelope.
Even Extreme Rules, it's like I feel like even this one just pushes it for Extreme Rules, and I really enjoyed it. And lost my voice like twice because Adam Cole kept doing his chant. So
Adam Cole, baby,
just pushed through it. I'm like, no, man, I'm here. I knocked it out. What do you think about that match?
About
Adam Cole versus
Adam Cole. I like you said. I mean, whenever they do any kind of no disqualification, Extreme Rules stipulation, it's always really watered down. It's much like when you see like Hell in a Cell nowadays. Mm-hmm. They don't utilize the cell. Yeah. Same thing with steel cage matches. Anything with weapons, I feel like WWE just fails to really utilize the hardcore aspect. And in that match, I think Aleister Black and Adam Cole did a fantastic job of utilizing weapons, making it look like it really hurt. And it did really hurt, as you saw in Adam Cole's face the day after, and make you feel bad for chanting that they deserved it. And when you see how much pain they're in and you feel bad for them, whether they're a face or a heel, you know that they're doing something right.
Do you have a favorite spot from that match? Because my favorite is when Aleister Black goes off the rope, and then Cole just smacks him with that kendo stick, and I'm just like, damn, that thing was loud in that arena.
Yeah.
Like I don't know if the network did it justice on how loud that crack was.
They probably edited it like Roman Reigns' music.
Because that crack was loud, and I'm just like, that just sounds unbelievably painful. And I thought Adam Cole was gonna win because I think it was his first singles match in a takeover, and I just assumed he was going, but NXT does booking right, and it's like, well, Black's gonna be challenging for the belt soon, so got to build that momentum. I'm like,
I forgot a guy like Adam Cole.
Yeah, I'm just like, wow, man, you stick to your booking. Like Black,
unlike some people,
Black beat Cole in a singles match. It kind of makes sense. He beats him in a hardcore match. I'm like, okay, yeah, sure.
I liked the chair spot too. I think there was the other spot. I think it was Black. He was up on the turnbuckle, and Cole. He knocked him off,
and he went through the two tables.
Two tables, yeah.
Because they set it up, and I'm just going like, okay, man. Because I'm pretty sure it was Adam Cole set it up.
Adam Cole set up and Black went through it.
But it didn't break the rule that I was going, okay, so how's Adam Cole going to go through it? You set it up, you go through it. And then it was Black who went through it. I was like, oh, cool.
Just like the other night on Raw when Seth Rollins introduced the chair. Yeah. And then Elias uses the chair. But well, because Rollins introduced it, it's not DQ. I'm like, what?
What's it called? There was a tweet, I think it was Botchamania goes how's that not a DQ? Yeah. And it was actually Lance Storm who replied, see, he didn't use it as a weapon. He just happened to fall on it.
He did a legal move and just so happened to land on the chair.
So I was like, it's good. I'm like, that can't be true. And then people start naming, when you throw him to steel steps, when you use the ring post. I'm like, Or when you throw him through an announce table. I'm like, you're using a weapon, but you didn't set it up. It just happens to be there. And I'm just like, okay, it checks out. Throughout years, because you just go through years and it happens.
Yeah.
So I'm like, it checks out.
And you're like, here I am as a wrestling fan in my 20s. Oh, yeah, I learned something new today.
I'm like, watching this my whole life.
I'm like, holy shit, man. I never realized that's how it works out. Okay, so you're number 5.
My number 5. All right, so I also asked my girlfriend I don't know why this is 1257. I guess I can't count. I asked my girlfriend what her top 5 matches were as well. She can't be here, obviously, but she gave me her list to give to, so I'm going to alternate back and forth between hers and mine.
Oh, sure, no problem.
Believe it or not, we both agreed at our number 5 being Gargano and Almas from TakeOver Philly.
Ooh.
Just...
Wait, TakeOver, not TakeOver Philly, New Orleans.
No, Philly.
Oh, Gargano, Almas. Oh, no.
You were there, John!
I was there. And it actually is on my list, too.
Yes.
Again, bias.
Question me.
Bias,
yes. No, that was just a long, fantastic wrestling match. It's just straight up.
I think there's
fantastic.
only one nitpick I have with that match. And it's Almas came out first, and then Gargano came out. You know, it's just the one nitpick I have. Champion should always come out last.
Yeah.
But it's just
we say that every time.
Yeah, we say that every time.
Yeah.
But other than that, no, I did love that match. I think I love the intro to Almas, like the mariachi band wearing La Sombra masks, and him coming out with a La Sombra mask. I was like, okay,
Mark.
I not only did I mark him, I'm going like, you already hooked me onto this match. Let's go. I'm like, let's go.
You won already. Just turn around and go back.
I'm like, you got me hooked on this match. This is gonna be great, isn't it? And it was amazing. It was perfect heel versus babyface, which is something you don't see
much of anymore.
Like perfect babyface.
Yeah.
Because
right. Yeah.
Yeah, like it's just like he's a good guy. There's nothing. It doesn't feel like there's a bad bone in his body.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, I mean, like back then.
Yeah.
Like now, like you've seen the build up.
Now
you've seen the build up to
Ciampa
match. You're like, you're turning into Ciampa now. But no, like I really enjoyed that match a lot. There were a lot of false finishes, which I thought, here's what the match ends, and it just kept going and going. And I was like,
and that's where you could feel the atmosphere and the anticipation just started to go through the roof.
Yeah.
I mean, you were there. You can tell me just the longer that match went on, the louder it got, and the more and more people started standing up and really just getting into it. Where you get the fight forever chance, and that's just the ultimate respect of like, you guys have the two guys in the ring have so much chemistry. You could literally watch them for hours and not get tired.
Yeah, there was a lot of chemistry, and I was actually the people in front of me. It was their first takeover because they only went to main rosters, and they told me,
"Welcome to a real wrestling show."
They go like, "This is actually our first takeover." I'm like, "Guys, you're not gonna regret it. This is gonna be amazing. Trust me."
I mean, our first takeover was Brooklyn.
Yeah, it's like, bro, we had DIY versus the Revival.
Oh my god.
We had Joe versus Shinsuke Nakamura.
Yeah.
We had Bobby Roode's
Ember Moon's debut. Bobby Roode's debut.
We had what's his name, Hideo Itami hitting the GTS for the first time
on Austin Aries.
Yeah, and I freaked out because I thought they're gonna reverse it. And there's no way they're gonna hit the GTS, and then he hits. I'm like, oh.
And then even like the taping of NXT before Brooklyn 2. I know we're going off the track here, but like even before Brooklyn 2, Ty Dillinger came out and like everyone was freaking out. And I'm like,
well, like what's it called? Like I think I told you like at the Takeover Philly, like I lost my voice before the takeover started because they put Roderick Strong versus Tyler Bate on before, and I'm just like. I'm like, guys, man.
I'm ready.
I'm like, I need my voice for the rest of the takeover.
No, you don't. You just needed enough voice to say Adam Cole, baby. Like
I powered through that the entire
Adam Cole, baby.
Like my voice was just wrecked, but I loved Almas and Gargano. It's on my list. I'm surprised. I'm not surprised it's number 5 for you guys because like I'm like, there's a lot of great wrestling.
It's number 5 because it was too good to not be on there, but not good enough to be higher. Mm-hmm. For me and her personally, just we felt like 5's a good spot for that match.
So my number 4 is actually Gargano versus Almas.
Gargano Almas 4.
So okay. That's actually my number 4. So what's your number 4?
Already discussed it. All right. Her and I differentiated on the number 4s. So her number 4 is Okada and Naito from Wrestle Kingdom 12.
I'm gonna be. It's probably shocking to say this. I have no matches from Wrestle Kingdom 12 on my 5 list.
Okay. I mean, I guess to talk about the.
Well, she loves Naito, doesn't she?
Yeah.
Like that's one of her favorite wrestlers, right?
She's in love with Naito, and just LIJ as a whole. And I mean, and that was a good match, but I don't know. I mean, I can respect mine. No,
it's not on mine either. No. Were you expecting Naito to walk out as champ? Like going into the event, the build up, It's finally Naito getting the
main event.
Getting the main event. Finally getting what seemed like to be his crowning moment.
No, because I wasn't expecting it because I felt like there was still more build up that they wanted to do for another Okada Omega match, and also Naito didn't need to win. Like you said, he needed to overcome that whole scrutiny of not being a main event superstar.
See, that's what I see people say is like yeah, he didn't win, but he finally got the main event. So then the next
we saw
time
him
he gets
walk out of Tokyo Dome smiling and being like, "I lost, but like screw you guys, I was in the main event."
Yeah, so like people were saying, so next time he goes to the main event, now he has to win because this journey was just him getting there. Now the next journey is him winning. And I'm like, that actually story wise makes sense, and I bet you it's what they're planning anyway.
Yeah, and I mean it still plants seeds for down the road too.
I know what's funny about that match though. 3 years ago was it 3 years ago? 12, maybe 4 years ago was the what's it called, Okada versus Naito match, the one that everyone like didn't want to see. Yeah. I think it was like 3 or 4 years ago was also the Lesnar Reigns match that people didn't want to see. So like it's like it goes back. I'm going like how did New Japan book it to the where we get the same match that no one wanted to see and people are so hot for that match, and WWE books the same match that no one wanted to see and we still don't want to see.
It's a very interesting parallel.
I'm like it's actually pretty cool to see like that's what happens when you actually listen to fans and don't push them as a face. They turn Naito heel, which in time turned him face.
Essentially, the anti-hero.
Yeah. So like it's great to see. I like Naito a lot. I think one day he's gonna hold that belt and it's gonna be a great ending for Kingdom.
I think it's gonna be sometime fairly soon. I think it's gonna be a lot sooner than what people think it will be. But that was her number 4. My number 4 was the junior fatal 4-way from Wrestle Kingdom.
You like that match a lot from Wrestle Kingdom. I remember because I remember Meltzer said his favorite match was Omega versus Jericho. So
I had that on my list originally, and I bumped it off.
Damn, so all of us had different favorite matches from that Wrestle Kingdom. So you have the fatal 4-way. Nicole has Naito versus Okada. My favorite match was Suzuki versus Goto. I love Suzuki versus Goto. I thought that match was awesome. So like
I like that too. I would probably put that in my top 10 to be honest with you.
I love how like that Kingdom like it's everyone has their own favorite matches. It's not just like the main event was the best one.
But that's the thing though. There's not like that's what I love about just New Japan as a whole is like you can watch a New Japan show and everybody can be attached to something different. It's not like everybody agrees that this one match was the best. Everyone can find a little bit of something that they personally like in each match, each division, whatever it is. And Wrestle Kingdom, I mean, just every year is like that. It's booked like that.
So I like it. It was Ospreay versus Scroll versus Takahashi versus Kushida. All great wrestlers.
Fantastic.
All of them were also in
faces of the junior division. I love it.
And Ospreay just solidifying himself as the ace right now. So like it's great. I'm glad Ospreay, Kushida, Scroll, Takahashi just like tore down the dome.
They were given a spotlight and they absolutely killed it.
Okay.
And I put it at 4.
So my number 3 was Saber versus Okada from Sakura Genesis. I love when someone just makes a match that's all technical spots, all submissions. I love it, and Saber is probably the best at that. So this was also Okada tying the Tanahashi record of 12 straight defenses. So like it was great. There were a lot of times where I thought Saber was gonna win, and I actually went into that match going like Okada's gonna win because like it's Okada, B it's gonna be time for that defense record. But like there are a lot of times where Saber convinced me like, oh crap, he might actually win because a lot of those submission moves I'm just go like. Gato, Okada's lucky he has Gato as a second because if I was your second, I would have thrown that towel in.
I see your Facebook posts all the time. You're like, my God, this is amazing.
Like I would have thrown that towel in. I'm like, I'm sorry, Okada, man, you're done, man. You're being turned into like an arrow right now. Like done.
Or the moon.
Like just like throw that towel in. I'm like, you're done, man. I'm sorry, man. I cost you your title, but like you're being broken in half. Can't. So like I really enjoyed it. I didn't know the build-up. The build-up for the match was like Okada has only submitted once in his career. And that was against Shinsuke. And I'm like, I never knew that. I'm like, and you bring it back like, okay, he can't. He submitted once. He hasn't submitted yet. Can Saber, the guy who submitted Tanahashi, Ibushi, Naito. I'm trying to remember who was the 4th person in that New Japan Cup.
New Japan Cup.
Yeah, it was like the New Japan Cup. Like he submitted Naito, Ibushi, and Tanahashi. Can't remember who the fourth one was. It's probably gonna kill me for the rest. I think it was Sonata. Sounds like it was Sonata.
Do you remember a Mohawk tapping out?
That's like the giveaway. But like he tapped out a lot of like top faces of New Japan. So everyone's going like, maybe he can tap out Okada.
And he did. Every time I look at Okada, I can't get over the fact that he looks like a Japanese Dwayne The Rock Johnson. He just has that eyebrow look on him all the time.
But I really enjoyed that match. It was great to see him tie the Tanahashi record, and then it set up the Tanahashi Okada match.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, what I liked about the Okada Sabre match was every now and then you need a classic technical wrestling match. And that's what you got out of that. I mean, they're both fantastic technical wrestlers. I love Zack Sabre Jr. I honestly think he's the best technical wrestler. Opinion, but every now and then you just need a good, as they say, mat classic. Mm-hmm. And that's exactly what that match was. So I respect your number 3.
Also, I enjoy that both of them have managers.
Yes.
So Sabre had Takamichinoku and Okada had Gedo, so they both had mouthpieces. Good. So that was awesome.
Zack Sabre does have a mouth, though. So.
Yeah. But it was actually pretty cool to see that. Like, you don't see that many wrestlers that have managers versus managers on the mic. So it was something I really enjoyed during the build-up.
And they do a good job of hyping up the wrestlers as well.
So, your number 3s.
All right. So, Nicole's number 3 was Ospreay and Skrull from Sakura Genesis.
That actually was on my list also.
Yeah, I see that on your list as well.
Like, it was also on my list.
Just, once again, another classic junior division
That's
match.
The one where he busted the back of his head, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Jeez,
I remember watching that, and I'm just like, the fact that he gave like a promo at the end and he's still like bleeding in the back of his head.
You can tell he was almost concussed during that promo.
Oh yeah.
Too.
And just I don't know. That made me I loved Will Ospreay before that. It made me love him even more because I'm like, he's sitting there bleeding at the back of his head.
And
still wrestled the match, still won, still dropped a good promo at the end of it. And he's sitting there holding his skin together to keep the blood from shooting out. I'm like, oh my god.
Oh.
Amazing.
No, it was a great match. That Genesis card was really good.
Yeah.
To have like Ospreay versus Skrull and then Sabre versus Okada. I thought that was a really great card.
It was actually, in my opinion, I thought it was underrated. I feel like it just doesn't get talked about enough. I thought it was a good card. And as much as I want to go back and rewatch it, we're about to watch Dominion.
Yeah.
G1 is coming up. I feel like I can't. But
yeah, it's hard to go back to watch matches.
But eventually down the road, yeah, I will. My number 3 was the ladder match for the North American Championship at TakeOver New Orleans.
Also on my list. It was close to making it, but Aleister Black versus Cole edged it out.
I don't know. There was
a lot of high spots.
A lot of high spots, and I don't want to put a match on there just because of the spots, but I felt like they did a good job with the 6 competitors and giving 3 sets of their own stories. Like you're seeing now with Velveteen and Ricochet had their little thing going on. Mm-hmm. You had Lars and
Killian
Dane doing their old thing, and then
EC3
and Adam Cole doing it. I mean, they did a great job. It's hard to do when you have 6 guys in the ring and they're all trying to do 3 separate things, but they did a good job of splitting up almost kind of 3 separate stories in one whole match, plus the high spots. The Velveteen Dream's 22 years old, and they're sticking a rocket up his ass, and he is absolutely over. I love him. And he had, the big spot with jumping off the ladder.
Oh, the elbow drop.
With the big elbow. Just that whole match was short of being magic, but it was good. It was I just remember I was sitting here watching it with you, and I don't think I took my eyes off the screen at all. I didn't look down at my phone. I didn't look anywhere else. My eyes were glued to the screen the entire match from bell to bell.
And EC3 came back from TNA to die 5 times in that match. Thanks.
I remember it was after the 5th time you got crushed, and you're like, Jesus Christ, they brought him here to die. I'm like, oh my God.
Because
Dude,
like the ones
he better get a push after this.
Like the one that reminds me, the one I liked was Killing Dane. I forget who he had on his back. I think it was Velveteen Dream when he did the splash while EC3 was holding, and then you just see like EC3's body just goes.
Yeah, it was Dream and EC3. Yeah,
I'm just like, he's dead, right? His body just went limp in the second.
Well, there's the one part where he took a big bump and then he's laying there and he's just staring,
up.
And you were like, the lights are on, but nobody's home. He's dead. He's officially dead. And I'm like, all right, so now it's a 5-man ladder match because you know damn well EC3 is not winning it.
Oh, but it was great. He actually was my pick. I don't know why I picked. I didn't pick Adam Cole, but I thought EC3 was gonna win it. I think because like it felt like a heel should win it.
Yeah,
and I felt like EC3 was the heel to do it.
I didn't think they were gonna put EC3 over that quick. I really felt. I mean, they when you go back and you look at it, Adam Cole was the right choice.
Oh no, he was the right choice.
And they're doing the good thing with the Undisputed Era with having Kyle O'Reilly and Roderick Strong be the NXT Tag Team Champions, and you have Cole with a belt around his waist.
Yeah, just
being the inaugural North American Champion. He was the clear. He was the right choice. Yeah, clear choice.
All right, so my number 2, is a match I just saw yesterday. Taiji Ishimori versus Hiromu Takahashi.
It's funny because Nicole and I also both agreed number 2, Takahashi Ishimori. So the three of us can just talk about it.
Just that match was amazing. I went into it. Who'd you have winning that match?
I Takahashi.
Damn,
you could feel the build.
I feel like I was the only one who picked Ishimori then. I feel like
I wouldn't have been mad if Ishimori won, but I just felt like Takahashi was too over to not win it.
It's true, but like even like there's a friend I have at work now, and he also watches New Japan, and he's like, "You're probably the only one who's gonna pick Ishimori." I'm like, "You're probably right."
Damn, you're right.
Because even he picked Takahashi. I was like, I don't know, man. Ishimori has all this hype coming into him, and he's really great. And that first night where he had that match with Ospreay was amazing. So I'm going like, nah, man, Ishimori.
And Ospreay coming out during Ishimori's matches to cheer against him because he didn't want to face Ishimori. He didn't want Ishimori winning the tournament.
Well, like, because if Ishimori lost, Ospreay goes to the finals.
Mm-hmm.
So I was just going like, that's actually a pretty cool build. But like, no, the match was amazing. These junior heavyweights, one of these days, are gonna end up killing themselves in that ring.
Well, I mean, if you watch like the Dominion press conference with Ospreay, and he's like, Dave Meltzer said that I'm gonna end up like the Dynamite Kid and end up in a wheelchair, and I'm like, damn right, you probably will, but I mean, I'm gonna go on a blaze of glory.
Because what's it called? I was subscribed to the Wrestling Observer website, and I actually listened to those podcasts, and I'm like, damn, like
now do they listen to ours?
Highly doubt it.
This one way. I hate this.
But what's it called? Like I'm listening to it, and I'm going like. It makes you, like, when he actually said that, I was like, it made me go back and look at all Ospreay's matches. And not just the scroll one where he busted up in his head.
Yeah.
Like, go watch the Kushida match. And I'm just like, no, man, Dave has a point, man. This guy keeps landing on his neck, on his head. I'm like, this...
New Japan. You're not allowed to have a neck.
But I'm just like, the amount of times he does, I'm like, man, he might have a point, man. Like, Ospreay might burn himself out really fast. But, hey, that's the style he wants to wrestle, so I'm not gonna hate on him.
But I mean, he's not only is he junior champion, but arguably one of the best.
Yeah, he is arguably
that
one
I've
of the
ever
best.
seen. So I mean, it's one of those: do you waste it all now and have one hell of a run, or do you try to play a little bit more safe? Kind of like you want to look at like maybe the Miz, plays a little bit more safe, longer career, multiple reigns. It depends on what you want to look at. But I think Will Ospreay, I mean, he talked about in that interview with Takahashi for the Dominion press conference, about how, he wants to be the poster boy for pushing the junior heavyweight division forward, and I think he's doing just that.
Yeah, it's one of the best divisions, I think.
The junior heavyweight division used to be looked at as an appetizer. Now it's part of the main course.
It's probably the second best belt in the world right now.
Oh yeah.
But I love the Ishimori versus Takahashi match. I think there's a lot of moves that I don't think I've seen before. Like the
sliding under the ropes, German suplex was
just amazing.
I think
that's where like it just woke me up going like, okay, this match, it's just jumped on my top 10. And then I think that was only halfway through the match. I was like, this
same. Yeah, halfway through the match, and you look there and you're like, God damn, this is good. Like and that was like a 35, 40-minute match.
Yeah,
long.
It was like halfway through. I'm like, okay, this is in my top 10. I think by the end, I was like, nah, it's definitely top 5.
Yeah.
Like it makes me go like, what's Takahashi gonna do in Dominion to top this match? Because a friend's like, I can't believe that match happened. Like, I can't believe they put on this match 5 days before Dominion, setting themselves a bar. And I'm like,
I know. I felt bad for Takahashi after he won it. I'm like, God, he has 5 days to turn around and put on a 5-star match against Ospreay.
It just made me go like they set themselves a bar, but this is New Japan, so I know when they set a bar, they always exceed.
Yep.
So I'm like, I'm fine, but it just makes me worried on the Ospreay Takahashi match now. It makes me go like, what moves are they gonna do now?
And it just reminded me of, I remember when you and I were chilling here every Wednesday night watching the Cruiserweight Classic when that was going on, and there were just matches in there like. It reminds you why not only do you love professional wrestling, but why you give so much respect to cruiserweights because of just the ability that they have to not only pull off the high flying spots, but it just the array of moves that they can pull off that other wrestlers can't. It's just incredible. And Takahashi Ishimori, I mean, I expected a 5-star match out of it, and I got 5.5 out of it. It was, I mean, and Look, I like Takahashi. I mean, he's funny. He's a fantastic wrestler. His character's perfect, and was most deserving of winning Super Juniors.
Okay, so we're watching this. We're recording this before Dominion. Does he win the title? Yes or no? I say no.
I say yes.
I say Ospreay still has a lot left. He still has the Ishimori match. Mm-hmm. I feel like it's gonna eventually happen. It's gonna be Rey Mysterio versus Ospreay. I feel like that's just gonna happen. I feel like it's built, and I feel like Takahashi can lose and still win it at Kingdom.
I bet you have my hoagie. All right, I'm kidding. I'm gonna eat that whole time.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure like it's gonna be gone by the time we get to that match anyway.
Yeah. When we start, I'm gonna pull it out. I'm hungry.
I wonder if our number ones are the same.
You first. Nicole and I have two difference.
On number ones, so Gargano versus Ciampa.
Oh, you and I picked Gargano versus Ciampa. Nicole picked my number 4. She picked the Fatal 4-Way from Wrestle Kingdom, which, to be honest, and I mean I don't want to like speak for her because she's not here, but she prefers the junior division over anything else. Which how can you not?
I'm about to say I won't argue with that.
And she talked about that match for days. She still talks about it now. I mean, she loves all the wrestlers in the junior division and thought that was a fantastic match to, showcase. I mean, we talked about it already, but once again, I mean, in her mind, the junior division is the best division, and they showcased that in that match.
So our number ones are Gargano versus Ciampa take over New Orleans.
I had a feeling when I wrote that down. I'm like, I have a feeling Sanchez is going to pick Gargano Ciampa.
It's such a good match. It's a great match. It's a culmination of. Do you think it's 1 year? I believe it's 2 years. I believe this thing starts when they form DIY. This storyline. Mm-hmm. So I feel like it's a 2-year culmination of a storyline.
As far as telling a story that you do in professional wrestling, I cannot remember the last time that I watched a match that weaved through one story the way that this match did. And I remember feeling at the end when, Ciampa had the swollen eye and he's sitting there and, Johnny had the crutch. The crutch. He had the crutch. And he's just looking at him, and there's that moment where you can tell he's having the hesitation. It wasn't like he doesn't want to hit him because it's his old friend. You genuinely felt like he didn't want to do it, and and you could visibly see it. You could feel it that Gargano was having this war within himself. Do I take his head off or do I not? Mm-hmm. And I cannot remember the last time that I watched a wrestling match that told a story like that. It was fantastic. I can't wait to see what they do at TakeOver. That was, it's number 1 because it told a story as best as I've seen in years.
And if you look back on the match, you see a bunch of callbacks to previous matches they either had or they were a part of. Mm-hmm. Like you see the DIY spots. You see like that spot that you called, man, that's straight off from the Cruiserweight Classic at the end of their match when they sat together. Mm-hmm. So I'm just going like, you just see like their payoffs for spots throughout their run together, and I thought it was like, it's a great culmination. I thought it could have been a great just ending, but the way they keep building it up, I'm like, nah, there's still mileage in this match.
Oh my god, yeah. This can go on forever and I'll be fine.
Yeah, so I'm going like, there's still mileage in this match, and there's, I think it's I forget who said this quote, but like, best friends make the greatest rivals, and it just shows it. Like, you see it with like Punk and Bryan were great rivals. You see,
Shawn Michaels and Triple H had some good matches.
Oh yeah, Eddie Guerrero and Chris Benoit had amazing matches.
Eddie Guerrero and Rey Mysterio.
Oh,
Eddie Guerrero, Dean Malenko.
Anything
Anything with Eddie Guerrero in it.
But like, no, I really enjoy Gargano versus Ciampa. I'm really surprised that an NXT match topped my list. Not because like I don't see NXT as great, because I think ever since I got the network, because the main reason I got the network was for NXT. Mm-hmm. It wasn't. It just so happened that you get pay-per-views also.
Yeah, I mean, my dad got the network because he's like, realistically, if you think about it, it's $120 a year for all the pay-per-views. You can't beat it. Now, of course, I mean, for me, I watch, all the pay-per-views, obviously, and sometimes, unfortunately, I mean, NXT alone is worth the $9.99 a month. That's what I'm saying.
Like,
TV episodes are worth it by itself.
We had a horrible pay-per-view with Backlash. I'm like, I just go like, you're lucky.
A horrible pay-per-view with Payback. It was worst of the year, and we're in June.
I know, I'm going.
There's no way. Like, I understand. Like, I feel like with every WWE pay-per-view, we compare it to the last one. There's no way you can get any worse than Payback. I'm sorry.
I mean, Backlash.
Was it Backlash or Payback?
Backlash.
Do I have to look now?
Yeah, it's Backlash.
All right, Backlash, Payback. Like I said, we're in this like weird lull of wrestling.
But I just go like, man, you guys are lucky you have NXT, because it does pay for the network, in my point of view.
Yeah,
like,
it does.
And also like the back catalog doesn't hurt also.
Oh yeah, you're right, Backlash. Damn.
But no, like, do you have any honorable mentions? Like, I know I already said go to Suzuki. We talked about the Fit 4-Way. Honorable mention was Omega versus Jericho.
Yeah, I originally had Omega and Jericho on my list, and then I knocked it off in favor of the Junior Fatal 4-Way.
Do you have a Raw match on your honorable mentions list?
I do.
Do you?
Do I?
I do.
I don't know if it counts as a Raw match, but I mean, I really enjoyed Rollins and Miz at Backlash.
I have the Raw Gauntlet match where Rollins went an hour long.
Oh my god, how did I forget about that?
That's what I'm going.
They should do that more often.
Because it made me go like, man, like, Rollins is amazing.
And not even that, but like, I remember watching, and they're like, yeah, it's going to be a gauntlet match. And I'm like, okay, they're going to find a way to like throw all these guys out there in a matter of like 20 minutes. And once we hit the hour mark, I was like, oh my god, are they going to give...
I'm trying to see if I can just keep going the mic. At least we got the New Japan thing.
How far in did it?
It was 45 minutes and then it stopped for some reason.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, here we talk.
But what's it called? Like, nah, because like, okay, Money in the Bank. Let's just go to that one. Even though like Ronda versus Nia Jax, I feel like Ronda's just gonna get screwed out by Stephanie McMahon.
Yeah, I mean that's and to be honest, it's kind of the right way to go to kind of build
Nakamura
towards
versus
the
Styles
thing.
Last man standing. Nakamura, for the love of God, can he just win?
Can we not have
Double kick to the balls?
A kick to the balls, like. They're presenting it because all the wrestling fans know the history between Nakamura and Styles, but they haven't done it right at all.
But I love that they're presenting it like here's Nakamura and Styles. They're great wrestlers. They had great matches. They had a great match before. They'll have great matches,
and that's it. But they're not gonna have great matches here.
And then I'm going like, yeah, they had great matches. You guys haven't touched it yet.
Yeah, they haven't held a candle to the matches that they've had.
Did you see like when I think it was like the week before WrestleMania, or they're building up to Nakamura versus Styles. New Japan puts Nakamura versus Styles for free on YouTube.
For free on YouTube. Oh, and then I went back and watched it. I got suckered in.
I started down. I'm like, wow. I guess
asshole.
I literally went like, wow. I can't say New Japan isn't petty now.
No, but that's smart marketing.
I'm
sorry.
Okay, so the Money in the Bank matches. Which one do you think will be the best one, the men or the women's?
Men, just because, as much as I want the women's to outdo the men, I just think men, because I always feel like whenever they do these first matches for the women, as far as the hardcore stipulations are concerned, they keep them in a bubble still a little bit.
Well, that's why I want to say which one will go best, so we can just go the one that we feel like wouldn't, and it's the women's. So, like, the competitors, Ember Moon, Charlotte, Alexa, Becky, Natalya, Lana, Naomi, Sasha. Who's winning?
Becky.
Okay, I want Becky to win, but I think it's going to be Natalya.
Be who?
Natalya.
Uh,
When Ronda wins that title, she's going to need a new feud. And what better than the best friend cashing in?
I guess that makes sense.
It makes sense. It's not the one I want to win, though.
Yeah.
Like,
I want and think Becky will win.
I want Becky to win, and if it's not Becky, I think Sasha can win it to make this heel turn actually work.
Yeah. That they've been teasing for like 5 months.
Who I don't want to ever win is Lana.
I remember listening to a couple other podcasts the other day, and they're just or like radio shows, and they're just like they put Lana in there because she's hot. That's it. You're for visual appeal.
But like, this is literally Carmella 2.0 in terms of if she wins. I'm like, she'll get the pop when they catch in, but then you realize, holy shit, they can't wrestle.
Yep. Like when Triple H won the title, and you're like, damn it.
But I'm just going like, yeah, like. I don't want Naomi to win. I feel like she's been winning a lot of things lately.
Yeah,
and I'm like,
she doesn't need it.
I already said I think Natalya's gonna win, but we want Becky. So Alexa, I don't think she needs to win it. She's fine. She can always challenge for a title.
Here's my thing with Alexa though, because I was having this conversation with myself the other day. Not only does she not need it, but the problem that they have is that as long as Nia's champion, Alexa's irrelevant. Mm-hmm. Because they've proven that she just can't beat Nia. Mm-hmm. So her winning, I guess, would kind of make sense in a way, but also it's not believable as long as Nia's still champion. Unless she wins it and like waits until Ronda Rousey incapacitates Nia Jackson and she cashes in. But then you have, Alexa versus Ronda. And then what? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I get what you mean. Charlotte, I feel she doesn't need it. She can always challenge for a belt. Ember Moon, I feel like I'd rather see a build up.
Yeah, she needs a build. As much as I would like to see her win, she'll be fine without it, and I think they'll put her on a way to build up to it, and she'll be fine.
So, I feel like Natalya's going to be the one to win it, but Becky is the one that we want to win.
Yeah.
Which is fine. So, the men's Money in the Bank, we have Strowman, Balor, Miz, Rusev, Rude, Owens, Joe, and one member of the New Day. Who do you think is going to be the member?
Kofi.
Biggie. That's the one I want. Watch it be Xavier.
I just feel it.
Watch it be Xavier.
Yeah,
I'm like we're both wrong.
We're both wrong.
But I feel like Big E should be the one. I feel like there's a lot of big guys here. Strowman,
Rusev, Owens,
Owens, Joe, and Big E. But I feel like with Kofi, we know what we're getting.
Yeah.
I want to see what Big E can do in a ladder match.
Yeah, I want to be mad at it. I want to be mad with any of the three of them.
Who's going to win it? Okay, who do you want to win? I guess that's the easier.
Well, I'd like to see Balor win it.
Fuck, man, that's who I also wanted to see.
All right. But it makes the most sense, though, because to be honest, he hasn't had his rematch for the Universal title. You can't have a rematch for the Universal title because they have Brock Lesnar sitting at home with it, which also I noticed the other day. I was on Instagram. And WWE posted something, oh, congratulations, Brock Lesnar, for, like, breaking the record for longest reign or beating CM Punk's record. I'm like, are you telling me that they signed him that little extra extension, have him sit at home and not show up to technically break CM Punk's record?
This is the same people who did this with Nikki Bella to break AJ Lee's record, remember?
That is true, yeah.
Remember, I'm like, when I started seeing, like, he's not going to defend into this, I started counting, like, that's going to beat Punk's record, isn't it? I'm like, yep, that's the way. They don't want anything to do with Punk.
Now it's
also why, like, it made me go thinking, like, Brock's probably the only one who can probably break that record because he doesn't wrestle that much. And while everyone who can hold that belt wrestles, they probably get injured the most.
Yeah.
So I'm going, like, Punk, because that's why I said, like, Punk's probably going to have that record forever because no one's going to be able to wrestle for that long and not get injured in this company because apparently they always get injured.
And then when durability.
And then when Brock held that title, I'm like, oh shit, Brock can actually probably beat that because he doesn't wrestle more than like 5 times a year.
Yeah.
So
it's stupid. It's ridiculous.
But did you know that Joe Okada is past like 700 days?
Yeah, but he wrestles on a consistent basis too.
He passed those days.
He's still there.
And it makes me go like, yeah, you wrestle 700 days. How many matches can I pull? Oh, I can pull a bunch of matches with you, and they're amazing. So yeah, that works.
Yeah, I mean, it's a joke.
So Balor, you have Balor winning. I feel like I feel like it is going to be Balor who wins it. It's either him or Joe. It has to be one or the other. Like,
I almost feel
I don't
like
think
Joe
it's gonna be
doesn't
strong.
need it though. I almost
He
feel
doesn't
like
need
Joe
it at
can
all,
walk
but-
up to Brock Lesnar or anybody else who has a title and be like, "I can kick your ass." Okay, fine, let's go.
I feel like Joe doesn't need it, but I feel like he'll probably be the one that will have most fun with that.
With it too, yeah.
Yeah. But I feel like the one that's dead last who isn't going to win it is Rusev. Sorry. Actually, maybe...
He's over with the fans, but in Vince McMahon's eyes, he's way too gimmicky.
Maybe Rude's actually a little bit lower.
I don't know. I feel like they haven't given Rude any.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I feel like he's lower than that.
Yeah.
So
Unfortunately.
Miz, I feel like you're just building up to Miz versus Bryan at SummerSlam.
Yeah.
And if that doesn't happen, that means you guys fucked it up. Because I'm not waiting all the way till Mania for this match.
Well, guess what? They're gonna make you wait. Damn it.
No.
What are you gonna do? Stop time?
If that's actually what they do, I'm like, Bryan, just don't resign.
Yeah. September 1st, walk out.
Just walk out. You have how many matches waiting for you at Ring of Honor, New Japan? Like 20 matches waiting for you.
All in.
Like you have you versus Okada, you versus Tanahashi, you versus fucking Ospreay, Skrull.
Shurl.
Takahashi.
Jim Ross calls him.
Skrull.
Shurl. You know what a Shurl is?
Takahashi, Kushida. You have a bunch of matches waiting for you over there.
You have a bunch of 5-star matches just calling your name.
Yeah. What is it? Strowman, I feel like he doesn't need that at all.
He doesn't need it either, yeah.
And Owens
Doesn't need it.
doesn't need it. Well, I don't think
He can talk his way into a championship.
I was about to say,
match.
I also feel like they're never going to put him in the main event.
For some reason, I don't know why. WWE doesn't know what a 5-star match is if it bit him in the ass.
Can't be worse than Backlash, right?
Do you have any wood? There, knocked on some wood.
Like, right? Can't be worse.
I feel like Money in the Bank, it can't be because I always feel like, at least with the ladder matches, they always do a good enough job to make up for the previous pay-per-view. If it was bad, which, yes, Backlash was terrible.
I feel like you have 3 solid matches here. Maybe 4.
I would do the 2 ladder matches, Nakamura Styles, Elias Rollins. Yeah. You're going to have... But then again, 4 out of 11.
It's
Really?
not bad.
Not bad. That's terrible. You're going to get 5 out of 5 on TakeOver?
Compared to this, compared to WWE, it's not bad. We got 1 out of, 8 on Backlash?
Yeah.
It's an improvement.
Batting average-wise? I have to look at the batting average.
It's an improvement.
You're batting 125 with the 1 out of 8. And then if you went 4 out of 11, you're batting 363.
Steiner math.
Steiner. No, you take the percentage and you do this.
Oh my god. So, kind of first episode of Let Us Book back. A little technical difficulties.
I'm a little pissed about that.
Yeah.
This was a good episode.
Yeah. We'll see how it goes. I know for a fact we got the top 5.
Well, as long as we get the top 5s then.
Which was like the meat of the episode anyway.
Yeah, because then we get to WWE and we're like, who cares? Who
And we
cares?
started talking about the Money in the Bank matches, so that's fine. So next week we'll probably talk about Dominion and what's after for New Japan.
Leading up to G1.
G1, maybe they'll announce the G1 participants, hopefully.
Yes.
I know, like I said, it's
And when
either-
we do that episode, you need to do the G1 theme song as the song in the background because it is amazing.
But, next week is TakeOver, and I don't know, we'll figure out when we record next week, so maybe we'll do it after the Money in the Bank and TakeOver, so we can
I'd
also
see what
talk
my
about
work
that.
schedule is too.
Yeah.
They haven't told me what my hours
Oh,
are.
yeah, okay, so we'll work around that too.
Yeah.
My schedule's always the same every week.
I'm probably working on weekends, but are you off on weekdays?
Yeah, I'm off Monday and Tuesday.
Okay.
So we'll just figure that out.
Alright, cool.
So thanks for listening to me and Chris. Next week.
Again, for the first time in 2 years.
Yeah. Next week we'll try to figure out schedules and we'll try to get the next episode up quicker.
Without the episode cutting off.
Yeah, without the technical difficulties. Subscribe to the channel, leave a like, share.
And let us book.
Yeah.
Pulse.